Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Rounds Baseball's live commentary of the Premier 12, as this is a series or a game tonight between Korea and Japan from Taiwan. It is a battle of the two heavyweights, as the Koreans won their ball game last night, and the Japanese had won their ball game in Nagoya a couple of nights earlier. We're first of all going to give you the starting lineup for the visitors who will be in this game. It'll be Korea, who is considered the visitors. Leading off and playing in left field will be Chang-Ki Hong. Batting second and playing second base is Min-jae Shin. Hitting third and at third base is Do-young Kim. In the cleanup spot and playing first base is Bug-young Moon. Batting in the fifth spot is the designated hitter, and that's Sung-yup Na. Batting sixth in right field is Won-jun Choi. Hitting seventh and doing the catching is Don-woon Park. Batting eighth at shortstop is Seung-han Park. And batting ninth in center field is Ju-hyung Lee. And they are going to be facing, for the Japanese, it is going to be Hiroto Takashi who takes to the hill, as it'll be his first appearance here in the Premier 12 series. Well, now your starting lineups for Samurai Japan. Leading off and in left field is going to be Masayuki Kuwahara. Batting second and playing second base is number 51, Kaito Kazono. Batting third and in center field is number 8, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Hitting in the cleanup spot in right field is number 1, Shota Morishida. Batting fifth and playing third base is number 23, Ryoya Kurihara. Batting in the sixth spot and playing first base is number 2, Shugo Maki. Batting in the seventh spot and doing the designated hitting is number 3, Kataro Kiyomiya. Hitting eighth and playing shortstop is number 24, that's Kataro Kobayashi. And batting ninth and doing the catching is number 31, Shogo Sakakura. They're going to be facing Sung-young Choi, who takes to the hill tonight for the Koreans, as he is going to be facing the Japanese in this one. Well, hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. Our first pitch is just around the corner, as they are giving the pregame instructions and the ground rules. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in. And hopefully, if you've come over from the last stream, you're joining us here for this one here for round number 2 of our doubleheader tonight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're just a few moments away from this one getting underway. We appreciate you guys again for popping in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. The starter, Takahashi, is still in the bullpen, and he is completing his warm-up tosses, as we'll be ready to get this one going in just a bit. Little extra pomp and circumstance, as the Koreans have thrown out the first pitch here. They have a Korean star. I'm not sure who that is, as he has thrown out the first pitch to the catcher, or to the one of their players as well. So tonight the Japanese are going to be wearing their white uniforms, their home whites with the pinstripes, and the Koreans are going to go with the white bottoms and the blue tops, as they are the visitors here in this one tonight. So the first pitches are just being taken care of. The ceremonies are concluding. We'll be back here to give you all the action in just a couple moments. Hang tight, guys. We'll be right back with you. We'll give you some more tunes. We give our voice a rest and go get ourselves our tea. Welcome back, everybody. We're ready to get this one going. We're a little bit late getting back into the saddle, as it is going to be just a little time out here before we get this one underway. The pitcher Takahashi is coming out, and we'll be ready to get this one going. As we said, it is going to be Japan and Korea. They're not starting right at the top of the hour, and if we would have known that, we would have taken a little extra break ourselves. Hang tight. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds, as this one is just around the corner from us getting going. Well, the Japanese have taken the field, and we are about ready to get this one going. It is Korea and Japan, the marquee game, I would think, in Pool B for this one here tonight, especially the way that some of the other games have been going. Obviously, Cuba has taken it on the chin a couple of times. The Dominican taking it on the chin here to Australia tonight. So we'll see how this all plays out here in the next little bit, but one would have to think that the Japanese would be the odds-on favorites. The Koreans did lose to Taiwan, who opened up the tournament at 2-0. So we'll see how this all plays out here tonight. Lots of stars in the lineup for both teams, as their domestic players are going to be featured here in this one. We don't really follow the KBO as we would follow the NPB. The NPB, we're familiar with their players much more than we are those of the KBO. So we are curious tonight to see how that is going to work out. Hiroto Takahashi is just completing his warm-up tosses, and the crowd is into it here tonight. And we are about ready to get this one on its way as they throw down to second base. And we are ready here as Takahashi's completed the tosses, and he is ready to go. Takahashi, the 22-year-old, is with the Chinichi Dragons, as he has completed this season. He's getting the nod here. He stands at 6 foot tall, 187 pounds. He has had 3 seasons in the NPB, and he's coming off a fine one here this year, 12-4 record with a sparkling 1.38 earned run average for tops in the Central League. So that is where he stands in. A career 28-29 record, but 12-4 this year for the Dragons. So coming to bat to lead it off, it is going to be Chanki Hong, as they are playing in the Dome here in Taiwan here tonight. As we said, this is a ball game here that a lot of people will be or have been looking forward to. In the Taipei Dome in Taipei. And the first pitch as we are underway is swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Hong. So the right-hander ready to go again. He kicks and he fires. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Hong. Takahashi throwing from the stretch. Right-hander against the left-hander. He delivers a fastball that is taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm not so sure that that was any different than the first pitch, but the home plate umpire felt so. Here comes the 1-2. As the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on, and it's chopped foul right at home plate, and the count now is going to remain at 1-2. Who would we give the edge to in this one here? Well, probably would lean more towards Japan in this one, although the Koreans pretty much have to win this game if they want to stay alive in the tournament. Losing that first one to Taiwan really hurt. Fastball swung on. This ball is going to get looped into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Coming in to field it is the left fielder Kuwahara, as he fires it back in, and Hong has got it going here with a leadoff single to begin the ball game. And that is going to bring up Min-Jae Shin to the plate. And I would expect that both teams are going to be at their best tonight trying to play some small ball. And we'll see if that's going to be on display right out of the gate. Certainly the Japanese, it would be a situation that they'd be looking to bunt right out of the gate. And I would think that this one here would probably be following suit. Lots of fans in the stands here tonight. And of course, they've got the Koreans have their cheerleaders up dancing on the dugout as Takahashi steps off the backside of the rubber and feigns a throw over to first. Right-hander works himself to the set position. Here comes the offering to Shin. And Shin squares to bunt, but the pitch is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Shin. Shin hitting from the left side. He's got his left foot right up on the chalk line. The right foot is slightly open. As Takahashi holds set, he squares to bunt. He gets it down, fielded by Sakakura, but his only play is going to be to first. Oh boy, that was a tough play. Shugomaki was coming in, and over to cover was the second baseman Kazono. That's going to go down as a sacrifice. It's going to go into the books 2-4. It does advance the runner Hong over to second. So 1 gone here for the Koreans, and that's going to bring up Do-Young Kim. And for Kim, he had quite the night last night, as he is hitting .571 in the tournament. He had 2 home runs, including the grand slam in the second inning off of Levon Moinello. So he steps in here, ready to face the right-hander Takahashi. As Takahashi works himself to the set position, here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. Fastball misses upstairs. The count is quickly 1-0. 8 pitches so far for the Japanese right-hander, and he's delivered half of them for strikes. As the right-hander again holds to the set, now delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Kim. They do have the open base over at first base, but it is Bog Young Moon who waits his turn on deck. So kind of pick your poison here with the Korean hitters. As Do-Young Kim waits here on the offering from the righty. As he holds to the set, here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 2-1. So I would have thought the folks from our previous stream might have jumped in, but maybe it was just an Australian or a Dominican type crowd. That is the way she goes. We would have figured that they might have been bouncing over to enjoy this one here as well. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away straight back all the way to the backstop, and the count is 2-2 to Kim. As we said, we appreciate everybody who has jumped in here with us tonight. Korea versus Japan. Big game in the Asian continents, certainly for their supremacy in the sport of baseball. Anytime they get together to play a game, it is a big game. Both of these teams pretty much sending most of their A squads, at least domestically. Major league players are not in either of these two teams. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes full to Kim. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Japan here is playing as the home team, as we said tonight, wearing their all whites. We'll get you the defensive alignment here in just a moment. As the right-hander Takahashi holds set, he checks the runner, now delivers. Fastball swung on and grounded, foul over past the bag at third base, and the count remains at 3-2. From left to right field tonight, it is Kuwahara in left. The center fielder is Tatsumi with the right fielder Morishita. Around the horn from first to third, Maki is at first. Kazono at second. The shortstop Kirbayashi with the third baseman Kurihara. As the battery is that of Takahashi and Sakakura. As that ball was fouled off there a moment ago, it was fouled off right off the part of the foot that's not covered by the shin guard and just above the, I guess I would say, the tongue of the shoe. And so certainly the batter Kim there felt the worst of that one for sure. So here comes the offering from Takahashi as he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on, tap foul behind home plate. Count remains at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Premier 12, the tournament that is going on. It'll be Venezuela and the United States making their way over to Japan as they will be joining 2 of these teams from this pool in the super round later next week. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Do-Young Kim is in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. So Takahashi with his first strikeout of the night. Right down Broadway, pretty much a center cut fastball that was swung on and missed. And that'll bring up Bog-Young Moon to the plate. Well, for Moon, he steps in here. He's batting from the left side. Waiting on the first offering here from Takahashi as Takahashi looks like he is got himself now in a bit of a groove. There's a fastball swung on. It is hammered into left field. Kuwahara fields it. He fires it in all the way to the plate. A single there by Moon. It's going to hold the runner Hong at third. Nice play there by Kuwahara to gain the ground to close it down, and a good throw as well. So Moon has got himself a single. That's going to put runners at the corners with 2 gone, and it's going to bring up Sung Yup Na to the plate here. So Sung Yup Na coming to the dish, getting the start as the designated hitter tonight in this one. So Japan already here with a little bit of struggles in the first inning. As Takahashi goes to the rosin bag and gets himself ready to go here. Right-hander leans in. He works himself to the set position. Here comes the offering to Na. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball taken just at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Delayed call here by the home plate umpire. Maybe not as delayed as the one in the last game we saw. That game between the Aussies and the Dominicans, the home plate umpire, boy, he would take his sweet time coming up with the right hand. So no balls and 1 strike. Takahashi ready to go again. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that swung on and missed. Count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. And defensively, Shogo Sakakura has stepped up in front of the plate as they've got the first and third defense they're wanting to convey to their defenders. So here we go, back to the live action as the right-hander works to the set position. Here comes the pitch. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not at the plate here, digging himself in. Takahashi ready to go. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander works set. And he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Takahashi gets himself out of the jam with a couple of strikeouts here in the first inning. No runs in the inning. There were 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. Your score as we are done a half an inning, it is Korea 0 and the Japanese coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. That's correct, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the first inning. It is Korea and Japan when we come back after this. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back to everybody. It is going to be coming to bat here for Samurai Japan in their half of the first inning. Masayuki Kuwahara, Kaito Kazono, and Ryosuke Tatsumi, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters to face Seung-Yong Choi here in the first inning. 19 pitches in that first inning for Takahashi for his part, which is a little busier than I'm sure he would have cared to have been. Be curious to see how the Japanese will employ their players. A very interesting dugout configuration here at the Taipei Dome. I think it is a very interesting piece. You look at some of the dugouts when you're in Japan and how they are and how they operate. It's kind of neat, but this one here has got a very interesting feel to it. So the first pitch on the way from the left-hander is a fastball that misses upstairs to Kuwahara, and the count is quickly 1-0. Kuwahara has not skipped a beat, as he had won himself a championship with the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars. The 31-year-old batting from the right side here swings and grounds one foul just past the bag at third base, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Samurai Japan. Our friend God is Great said it's also on TBS, on regular television. We appreciate Titus for popping in on this one. There's a fastball swung on, and his chop foul down the third baseline, and the count now goes to 1-2. Yeah, I heard the Tokyo Broadcasting System would be carrying some of the games. Wasn't sure exactly what they would be leaning toward. As I mentioned, Amazon Prime in Japan is carrying all the Japanese games. It's a bit of a hassle when you think about it. I was thinking about this even in Major League Baseball, that you've got all these different providers when you used to be able to go right to Major League Baseball, get all the games you want. So that fastball misses upstairs. It's now 2-2. I prefer to pay for the entire package, get everything, and pick and choose as I want. As the 2-2 is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and missed. And Kuwahara's in the books. He's gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up Kaito Kazono to the plate. Our friend Titus says he's going to listen and watch it on the TV where he's at. I don't blame you. You get a chance to listen to the English commentary, and you get a chance to hang out with me, because there's not a lot of people in here tonight, which is a bit of a surprise, actually. I would have thought we would have had a larger audience than what we were with here tonight. Certainly the last one, we had all kinds of people coming through the stream. There's a fastball that misses down to Kazono, and the count is 1-0. Kazono applies his trade with the Hiroshima Carp and the NPB. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball waved out and missed, and the count now goes even to 1-1. When you look at the lineup tonight, And you try to figure out how they have got it spread out. By our books, it is 5 players from the Central League and 4 from the Pacific. Ground ball chopped over to second. Charging the ball and fielding it is the second baseman, Shin. He throws on the run, and that is going to retire Kazono. They had to hurry to get him. The manager for the Japanese team is not going to challenge that one, but it's going to go down as a ground out 4-3. So 2 up and 2 away here, and probably the right decision not to challenge. It was a bang-bang play, but the first baseman who had to stretch able to make that play. So 2 in the books, and that brings up Ryosuke Tatsumi to the plate. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Tatsumi enjoyed probably his best season with the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, 27-year-old. As the pitch is a fastball swung on, is grounded softly over to first, fielded neatly by the first baseman Moon, who flips it to the pitcher covering, and that is going to do it. It's going to go down as a ground out 1-3 for the 30 outs here in the first. Japan goes in order 1, 2, 3, and they go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through 1 complete. Your score is Korea 0 and Japan 0. Our friend God is Great says they're using mostly young players for this year. Yeah, they also had a couple of injuries that tapped out. I know Manami had tapped out. Okamoto tapped out. There was another player for the Giants who tapped out, another infielder, I believe. It wasn't Sakamoto. I think it was the second baseman. But there were a few players that ended up not showing up to play and because of injury. Well, we'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for being here. We'll be right back after this. Again, our little musical timeout. Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising ourselves here to the top of the second inning, and we'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. It is Korea versus Japan, as we will be resuming the action here as Takahashi is skipping along. That's the one thing I have noticed is that the innings are a little bit slower here in this tournament in between. When we call the games in the NPB, they usually seem to flip over in anywhere from a minute to about a minute and a half, as that is, they seem to work it a little bit quicker than most. I know that in this tournament, they say the maximum amount of time between innings they want is 2 minutes and 25 seconds, with 5 minutes between the 5th and the 6th inning. That is how that works. The Korean cheerleaders are in the house tonight as they are up on the dugouts, getting the fans excited in some different capacity. It is going to be Wonjun Choi, Dongwon Park, and Seonghan Park to come to bat here to face the right-hander Takahashi. As we are ready to resume the action, the first pitch on the way is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. For the left-handed hitting Choi, he is hitting .500 in the tournament. He got the nod in right field here tonight as the pitch is on the way. It is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count now goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. I didn't notice the umpires for this crew here tonight. We'll try to catch up on that, as well as there's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-1 on Choi. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Samurai Japan versus Korea, as the pitch on the way is a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count now goes even at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander again, Takahashi, rocking into the delivery. Delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled into the netting on the third base side of home plate. Count remains at 2-2. You can't say that the crowd is not in a festive spirit for this one, because they certainly are. One thing I got a kick out of when I was in Japan is that when people go to the games, you'll see that they will be wearing their jerseys, as there is a cutter that is swung on and missed. And Choi is down on strikes. That's the third strikeout now recorded by Takahashi. One in the books, and that is going to bring up Dongwon Park to the plate. And for Park, he's batting at .250 on this early part of the tournament. He takes a breaking ball for a ball upstairs, and the count is 1-0. The 34-year-old Park batting from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Takahashi, who delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down. It's going to get into the corner. Rounding first and heading to second is the slow-footed catcher, but he's going to log himself a double. So he is aboard here with a one-out double in the second inning. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Seung-Hae Park. And for Park, he's hitting an even .500 in the early goings of this tournament. He gets the start at shortstop here tonight. So they got a runner in scoring position with one gone, as Park stands in from the left side here, waiting on the first pitch from Takahashi, who checks the runner and now delivers. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. 26-year-old shortstop getting that nod here. Play tonight as the right-hander holds to the set position. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Pitch on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Korea is looking to try to get on the board and open the scoring here, as the right-hander holds to the set. Now the pitch on the way. Fastball misses up and away, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The shortstop, Seung-Hae Park. As I said, one of the things that I'm interested to see here is how these two teams will try to nickel dime each other for a run or two here, as they will try to inch their players along. There's a fastball swung on. It is chopped over to third. Kurihara feels it on the short hop. He fires to first. Park is going to be out on a ground out, 5-3. Dongwon Park holds at second base, and that is going to be 2 out here, and it's going to bring up the center fielder in Joo-hyung Lee. Well, for Joo-hyung Lee, he strides to the plate. He's got no batting average in the tournament. So he comes to bat here to face the right-hander Takahashi. I'm also curious to see how the Japanese are going to employ their pitchers. We saw in some of the other games in the tournament, especially the game with Australia, how they used 6 different arms to knock off the Dominicans, as there's a breaking ball that misses outside of the count is 1-0. I think that coming off a full season and playing as they have, I would think that you want to try to get about 5 innings out of your starter before you have to flip it to the pen. So 1 ball and no strikes as the right-hander holds set. Now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on, his chop softly to the right side of the infield. The pitcher Takahashi comes off the mound, but he can't get there to field it. And everybody's going to be safe, and we got runners on the corners again. If I'm scoring that, that's going to be a single here. That was not ordinary effort. So now you got runners on the corners with 2 gone, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Changi Hong. But I am going to say this. I'm going to talk about how that play is done. That was kind of hitting the Bermuda Triangle there to the right side of the infield. You've got Shugomaki, who applies his trade normally as a second baseman. He's playing first base. When you teach pitchers, you want your young pitchers to go hard to the foul line. And if they can't get to the ball, then that tells the first baseman that he's got to attack it to come and get it. And that it also means that the pitcher has to go straight to the base. But when the pitcher takes an angled route toward first and he's having to chase the ball, the first baseman's not sure whether he has to come and get it or whether he's got to go to the bag. And it creates a bit of a problem. And that play was not well executed, which is not the typical fashion one would expect from the standard that is set by the Japanese. So that puts runners at the corners for Chanky Hong as the visit to the mound is over. As Takahashi delivers a first pitch fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Hong is 1 for 1 tonight. He had a single to begin the ball game. As Takahashi ready to go again, he reached down for the rosin bag, and we're ready to go here. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Hong. So 2 balls and no strikes. Just as a reminder, we'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow, as we are going to try to stay with Samurai Japan through the rest of this series. 2 balls and no strikes as the right-hander holds set. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, lined into left center field for a base hit. That's going to get a run in. Over to field it is the center fielder, Tatsumi. He fires it back into the infield. And the first and third offense of the Koreans is on full display. Hong with a single and an RBI as he brings home Park. Going all the way around to third is the center fielder, Lee. He can run a little bit. That keeps runners at the corners with 2 outs. Now that's going to bring Min-jae Shin to the plate. It was a good swing there by Hong as he inside outed the ball into left center field. So now we've got a 1-0 scoreline for Korea as the Japanese are on their heels. So Shin coming to the plate. Had a sacrifice bunt his first time up, but he's not in a situation to sacrifice this time with 2 gone. Runners at the corners for the left-handed hitting second baseman of the Koreans. Not a big fella, but not as small as Jose Altuve, I can assure you that. There's a pitch that is swung on. It is a fastball lifted into left field. Moving back on it is Kuwahara. He's underneath it. He makes the catch. And Shin is going to be retired for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it here. But the Koreans open up the scoring. They got 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Your score is Korea 1 and Japan no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this musical timeout.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. We're going to be moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is a 1-0 scoreline now here for the Koreans over the Japanese as we move to the bottom of the second. It is coming to bat here will be the heart of the order for Japan. It'll be Shota Morishita, Ryoya Kurihara, and Shugo Maki, as they are going to be slated to face Seung-young Choi for the second inning here. Morishita applies his trade with the Hanshin Tigers. He was drinking from or maybe eating Colonel Sanders after the victory of 2023 by the Tigers. The 24-year-old right fielder completing his second year with the Hanshin Ball Club. As the first pitch is on the way, there's a fastball that misses inside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Morishita batting from the right side here against the left-handed throwing Choi. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes even to 1-1. Only 10 pitches in the first inning for Choi, as he was very economical in his work. As the lefty rocks himself into the windup and delivers. There is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. We get the overhead view of that. You can see that Morishita didn't like the call, but it didn't look like it caught the outside corner, albeit barely. There's a fastball that is swung on and is lifted into the seats. And the count now is going to remain at 1-2. I have to say that this is a entertaining game, but there are empty seats. This game is in Taiwan. I'm sure if it was played in Korea or played in Japan, it would be a sellout. We do see empty seats around the stadium here. There's another foul ball swung on and lifted into the seats. And if I had to give you an assessment or a feel for it, I would say it would be like a game at the Kyocera Dome in the regular season where the outfield would be a little bit sparse and in the upper decks down the right and the left field lines. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Morishita. Curious to know what the attendance. I haven't really done the attendance checks. Some of the games have been very, very sparse. This has got to be one of the better attended games. I'm also not sure what this particular stadium would hold as that breaking ball misses down. It's now 3-2 to Morishita. Waiting his turn on deck is Ryoya Kurihara. Lefty rocking himself into the windup. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on. It is hammered into the netting down the left field line, foul, and the count remains at 3-2 to Morishita. So now it's starting to turn into a bit of a battle. 7 pitches here. There's a fella in the stands with an Oryx Buffalo hat on, but he kind of looks like Yoshinobu Yamamoto. There's another fastball swung on. It's lifted foul into the seats, and the count remains at 3-2. I guess we found Yamamoto's doppelganger. Now here's the 3-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It's lined into left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Racing over to get it is the center fielder Lee. He's going to fire it in. So a leadoff single here to start the second inning for Shota Morishita. Japan is looking to try to fight their way back here against the Koreans. So Morishita is the runner at first, and that is going to bring the third baseman Ryoya Kurihara to the plate. Kurihara, of course, a Fukuoka SoftBank Hawk. He enjoyed himself a pretty solid season this year as well. We were accustomed to seeing him hit lower in the lineup, but seemed to nestle himself for the most part into the 3-hole. As the first pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Kurihara. 28-year-old left-handed hitting third baseman, really entering the prime of his career right now for Fukuoka. As the lefty Choi delivers, it's a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I was thinking over the last couple of years, this year Japan played the Czech Republic at a couple of tune-up games at the Tokyo Dome. Last year they had Australia come in. It'd be interesting to see them maybe play a series against the Koreans. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count's 1-2. Kurihara doesn't believe it. You just see his body language. He's looking down at the third base coach. So 1-2 strikes to Kurihara. As the lefty works to the set, here comes the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2-2 strikes. But it'd be interesting to see. I remember a number of years ago when Germany and France played a 8-game series, 4 games in each country. If they could pull something off like that against the Koreans, maybe postseason. Fastball swung on, grounded through the 4-hole, past the diving Shin, and stopping at second base is going to be Morishita. That's going to put runners at first and second. Well, Shin was playing closer to the bag at second base. He was in double play depth. Ball got pulled to the right side of the infield. He dove for the ball. The ball went underneath his glove. I think he had a chance to get it, but it really wouldn't have made a difference. I think even if he would have made the play, I don't know if he would have got anybody anywhere. That's going to be a base hit single for Kurihara, and that is going to bring up Shugomaki to the plate. And for Shugomaki, hitting in a non-familiar 6th spot in the batting order. Maki, of course, the Yokohama DNA base star second baseman, enjoyed himself a solid season. The base stars this year hitting north of 290. He is 2 for 4 in the tournament, no homers and 1 run driven in. And I would not expect a bunt situation from Mackey here. Here's the first pitch. And it is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. You would think at certain parts of the batting order this would be an automatic bunt, but not here. Kotaro Kobayashi is waiting his turn on deck. Kotaro Kiyomiya waits his turn on deck. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes even to 1-1. Kobayashi is in the hole. So 1-1 strike to Shugomaki. As the lefty Choi works himself to the belt. Here comes the pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. It's now 2-1, so Mackey's got himself in a good hitter's count here. Also kind of curious, too, to see how this is. This game right now, I think would mean, it means a lot to both teams, but the Koreans with a loss already tagged on them. They are in a must-win. If they lose this game here tonight, they got to run the table, and then they have to have a hope and a prayer that they can get into the super round. As that breaking ball missed down to Mackey, it's now 3-1. So 3-1 strike. Bottom of the second inning, Korea has a 1-0 lead over Samurai Japan. As the lefty kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined over to third. A nice catch there by Kim, and he fires it over to second, but the runner is going to be able to get back in time. That ball was absolutely hit on the screws. Last night's ball game, Kim almost had his head taken off as one of the Dominican players hit an absolute bullet to third base, and this one here was equally as such. As that ball was lined right to Kim, he made the catch. And he had the wherewithal to try to go to second base. But some good base running by Morishita to freeze on the line drive. Mackey not happy with himself there as he didn't quite get the break. And that is going to bring Kotaro Kiyomiya to the plate. Kiyomiya, he is a Hokkaido Nippon ham fighter, and he swings at the first pitch. He grounds it over on the first base side, fielding it neatly is the first baseman Moon. He's going to take it himself. That's going to go as a ground out to 3. It's going to advance Morishita over to third and Kurihara to second. So 2 gone here, and it's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Kotaro Kobayashi. And for Kobayashi, he's the shortstop of the Oryx Buffaloes. Getting an opportunity here to play for Samurai Japan. It seems like he's been around forever in the NPB. He He's played 5 seasons and he's only 22 years old. Made his debut as a 17-year-old. The first pitch is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Getting the start here. I like Kirbyashi's game. I don't know if I like him as a shortstop long term. He is the shortstop of the Buffaloes, but I wonder at what point in time that he gets moved out of that spot over to a corner. Maybe in a couple of years' time, but I don't know what the other options might be. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. So in the hole, Kirby is. I'm not sure he liked the call, but nothing wrong with that pitch as we get the side angle. Up, down, looked pretty darn good. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as the lefty delivers. It's a fastball. It misses inside. Got chuckle a little bit there. Park wanted to pitch up. Ended up coming underneath the hands of Kirby instead. Missed his spot. As he gets up and gives the pitcher a couple of chosen words. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as Choi delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on, and it is knife foul into the netting down the first base line. And the count remains at 1-2. As I said, I do have to say this dome is kind of a neat looking place. Just the configuration of it, the way it's structured. Not a bad venue at all. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is as the lefty works himself to the set. And here comes the pitch. Fastball misses up and in, and the count goes to 2-2 on Kirby. Kirby was to get on. It would be Shogo Sakakura who waits his turn on deck. I'm looking at the lineup tonight, and I think Kurihara and Maki are teammates, and I don't, if my math is, and then we have Kazono and Sakakura. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded through the 6th hole into left field. That's going to get 1 run in. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's going to get a pair in as Kotaro Kirby is going to drive home a pair of runs. It's an RBI single or 2-run single as both Morishita and Kurihara come around to score, and the Japanese have taken the lead back here as it is now 2-1 here in the 2nd inning. Kirby was got the barrel head out in front and grounded it past the diving Kim at 3rd. Great play by him, that is for certain. The throw from left field ended up being cut off. It was not going to be in time as Kurihara runs fairly well for a 3rd baseman. That brings Shogo Sakakura to the plate. And the first pitch delivered to Sakakura is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I was just starting to say, I was thinking of teammates here in the game. Sakakura and Kazono are teammates. Maki and Kurihara are teammates. I think everybody else in the Japanese lineup is a singlet, as there is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Sakakura. So no balls and 2 strikes. Lefty Choi works himself to the belt. 2-1 Japan. They have the lead here. As Choi throws over to first base, and getting back in time is Kirby-Ashi. It's a 2-run single by Kirby-Ashi that have Samurai Japan now out in front of Korea. And the other part is if Korea ends up losing this game here today, then, and if they did run the table the rest of the way, because they did beat Cuba last night, as that breaking ball misses down and the count now goes to 1-2. They would also need to get some help because the tiebreakers that they would not be enjoying would be obviously losing to Japan and losing to Chinese Taipei would put them in a tough situation. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Sakakura. In other words, the head-to-head that they would have would not favor them, as both the Japanese and the Chinese Taipei would be on their way to potentially be better than what we would see here. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, belted into the right field corner. If it's fair, it's going to be trouble, and it is just going to hook foul. Sakakura turned on that one. We got a replay of that ground ball that went through the 6-hole, and it was probably a good 6-8 inches ahead of the diving Kim. He wasn't able to come up with that one. So here comes the offering now again from Choi as he holds to the belt. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, hit right back off the pitcher. It goes up into the air, and it's going to be fielded by the second baseman, Shin. That's going to be an infield single here for Sakakura. Stopping at second is Kobayashi. We're going to send the trainer out to have a look at the pitcher. So Sakakura with a comebacker, and it looks like it hit off the toe. And it would have been of the landing foot, the right foot of Choi. They're going to bring the manager and the trainer out to have a word with him here. I don't know if they'll do it like they do in the Japanese League where they take him down under the tunnel. He's probably going to get a couple of pitches. And that looks like it's going to be it. Looks like the Korean manager is going to come out and take Choi out of the ball game. He has come out and fist pumped his pitcher. We're going to have a pitching change. It looks like it is going to be Yu coming into the game. And that will do it here as they're going to be bringing the top of the order and Kuwahara to the plate. So we're going to take a little time out here. Your score, it is 2-1 for Japan, and we'll be back in just a few as we do have ourselves a pitching change. Appreciate you guys for listening in. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher as he's going to give you the big league pitching change.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rademacher come back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate there, Steve, as it is going to be Young-Chan Yu who is coming into the game as he is going to be replacing Seung-Young Choi. So Young-Chan Yu in the game as he will be the second pitcher used tonight by the Koreans. And I'm curious to keep an eye on this, if this will be a pattern. If they are only going to bring the pitchers in for one time through the order, kind of makes you wonder a little bit, although I have to say, for Choi, he had allowed 4 hits in the 9 batters that he had faced. So probably the right decision to get him out of there. Well, it is going to be the top of the order. And Masayuki Kuwahara coming in to bat here. He will be the 7th batter to come to plate for Samurai Japan here in the inning. So it is Kuwahara who will bat here. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. Runner Kobayashi at second, runner Sakakura at first, with Kuwahara coming to the dish. Kind of makes you wonder a little bit why maybe they would put Sakakura batting last. The catcher, he's not the most fleet of foot. Kuwahara can get around the bases, but you got a landmine in front of you here. So here comes the first offering from Yu. And he delivers a breaking ball. It's over for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Kuwahara, as we mentioned, was on the championship Japan Series ball club of the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars. He and Shugamaki, who is in the game here tonight, both teammates on that team. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball taken on the outside corner for a called strike, and now Kuwahara is in the hole at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Again, Kuwahara digs himself in, and he's ready to face the offering of the right-hander here, as Yu works himself to the set position. Here comes the pitch. As he kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Korea opened the scoring first with a run in the second inning. In the top half of this inning, and the Japanese have responded with 2 of their own. That's where you really want to be able to put up a 0, and they were not able to do it, were the Koreans. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander holds set, now fires. Breaking ball, take it for a called third strike. Oh, Kuwahara, not sure what he was looking at as he stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 3, and that is going to do it here. But Kotaro Kobayashi drives in a pair of runs. So 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 4 hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left the board. Your score as we move to the top of the third, it is Samurai Japan 2 and Korea 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel as we give you a live commentary of Premier 12. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat for Korea in their half of the third inning. It'll be Do-Young Kim, Bog-Young Moon, and Sung-Yap Na to come to bat here as we will begin the third inning here in just a couple moments. As I said tonight earlier on, be curious to see what the number of pitches or number of batters that the Japanese pitchers will face here tonight, as Takahashi has kind of had a little bit of a struggle here tonight. He has struck out 3 batters in the 2 innings of work as he stays in the ball game. 38 pitches for the right-hander, 19 in each inning, as he is facing Do-Young Kim here. And the first pitch on the way to begin the third is a breaking ball, take it for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander again kicks and delivers. Another breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count runs even at 1-1 to Kim. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander against the right-hander. Takahashi rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses up, and the count now goes to 2-1. As we mentioned, Kim was the hero on last night's ball game. He had a pair of home runs. He had a grand slam in the second and helped bury the Cubans and chased Levon Manello. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch there had a lot of arm side run to it from Takahashi. He was on his delivery. That ball just kept moving and moving on a horizontal plane. Here comes the 2-2. And there is a fastball that swung on and missed, and Kim goes in the books. He's gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That'll bring up Bogyoung Moon. So 4 strikeouts now for Takahashi. Well, for Moon, he steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1 tonight. He had a single and was stranded at first back in the first inning. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Moon getting the start at first base tonight. He's a big fella, batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Takahashi, who delivers a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and now the count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander holds set, now he kicks and he fires. It is a fastball swung on and tap foul on the third base side home plate. The count remains at 0-2. That's one thing I often wondered is why we don't see too many Japanese players in the Korean League, or maybe even a Korean or 2 in the Japanese League. There have been, but I can't remember anything in the last few years. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball swung on and missed, and Moon is in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. And that there is strikeout number 5 by Takahashi. I don't know if that was a split finger pitch or if that was a 2-seamer. That was a little quick for a split finger pitch. But that is going to retire Moon for the second out. That is going to bring up Seung Yup Na. And the first pitch delivered to Na is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 1-1. That last pitch came in at 98 miles an hour. So Takahashi starting to find his groove here in inning number 3. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And the right-hander kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side of home plate. And it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as Takahashi kicks and delivers. And it is a fastball swung on and missed. And what do you know? Takahashi brings out his A game and he strikes out the side. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters all go down on strikes here in the third. And you can count that as 6 strikeouts in the books. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the third inning. Your score is Samurai Japan 2 and Korea 1. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. Be sure after the game to go check out Steve Rademacher, as he's got all kinds of crazy stuff. We'll be back after 30 with all the action. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for Japan here in inning number 3. That means Kaito Kazono, Ryosuke Tatsumi, and Shota Morishita slated to come to bat to face the pitcher Young Cham Yu, as the first pitch is a fastball that Kazono tries to bunt, but he ends up bunting through, and the count is quickly 0-1. Kazono 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to second his first time up. Right-hander Yu rocks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into right field for a base hit. And Kazono's aboard with a leadoff single. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. So the first pitch that he tried to bunt, let's scrap that and go swinging, and he's able to get himself a base hit. So Kazono over at first and Tatsumi at the plate, as the right-hander works himself to the set position. And here comes the first offering. Fastball swung on, grounded over to the right side, fielded by Shin. Goes to second for 1, but not in time on the back end. Tatsumi is going to be safe on the fielder's choice. Kazono erased 4-6 at second base for the first out of the inning. Looking at Tatsumi there, going into the 4-hole was Shin. He had to field it. Nice scoop over there at first base by the first baseman, Bogyoung Moon, but unable to get there in time. There is more action in the Korean bullpen. They have both a righty and a lefty up. So I'll be curious to see how they're going to manage their arms the rest of the way. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Shota Morishita. Morishita had a single and scored a run in the last inning. He is 4 for 5 in the tournament. He's got no homers and a couple RBIs. And here comes the pitch. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It's like a swinging bunt back to the mound. The pitcher, Yu, goes to second, and they're going to be able to retire Tatsumi. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It is going to erase Tatsumi 1-6 on the putout. He's gone for the second out of the inning. Safe at first is Morishita, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. I have to say the throw was not particularly very good by the pitcher. I'm not suggesting they would have had a chance for a double play because Tatsumi runs well. But they certainly couldn't make that play. Here comes the pitch. First pitch is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Ryoya Kurihara. Right-hander works himself to the belt. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside. Counts now 2-0. I was looking at some of the domestic free agencies and international free agencies in Japan. It looks like Aaron Curry is going to test the waters maybe internationally. Hiroshima Carp right-hander. Maybe a move to Major League Baseball in his future. As that's a fastball swung on and lifted into the seats foul over on the third base side, and the count is 2-1. But there's a whole pile of them we'll try to get through over the course of the next few games. We'll tell you all about that. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Kurihara. The runner at first, Morishita, 2 gone here in the last of the third. Fastball taken on the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 2-2. I have to say the home plate umpire has been pretty liberal with the strike zone tonight. He's been given the corners to both of the pitchers, maybe even a little more than the corners. So again, the right-hander working himself to the set position. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Instead, they throw over to first, and diving back in time is base runner Morishita. As the pitcher, Yu, steps off the backside of the mound, he's got to play with his jersey a little bit, and here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted into deep right field. Moving back onto the warning track and up against the wall and making the catch and hanging on is Lee. Oh boy, he had to go a long way. I thought it was going to be for sure he was going to make that catch easily, but the ball kept carrying, and Curry Harris sent it to the deepest part of the park. And he is going to be retired for the third out of the inning, and that will do it here. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and one runner left the board. We are now through 3 complete. Your score is the Samurai Japan 2 and Korea 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with all the action in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us. We'll be right back in just a few. It is 2-1 for Japan as we move to the top of inning number 4. We'll be back in just a couple of moments with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this from our friend, Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Our friend Chris is checking in from the UK, as we're glad to have you with us here. As the Premier 12 is being broadcast in some markets on DAZN as that first pitch fastball misses outside for a ball. The count is 1-0. As it is Choi, Park, and Park to come to bat here to face the right-hander Takahashi. As time has been called by Sakakura. As he went out to check on his pitcher, he thought maybe something might be wrong, but they have given the signal that he is okay. Nothing wrong with Takahashi here. Woonjan Choi 0 for 1 tonight. He had struck out his first time up, as he had gone back to get some more of the magic spray for his bat. And our friend Chris was telling us, obviously from the UK, that has been the case, that you can get some coverage elsewhere, as that fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 1-1 to Choi. I have to tell you, I haven't seen Takahashi pitch. I can't remember Takahashi if I've been on a call for any of his games. He played for Chinichi, and we didn't really see the Dragons a whole lot this past year. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-1. Dragons really started off hot at the beginning of this season. First 6 weeks, they were outstanding. And then they went on to a June swoon and never looked back, as they were on a complete sink after that. As that pitch misses down and away, and the count is, I've got it at 2-2. So 2-2 here as Takahashi kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, grounded right back to the pitcher. He fields it, runs towards first, underhands it to Shugo Maki. It's going to go down as a ground out to 1-3 for the first out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Dongwoon Park. Just back to our friend Chris, who had popped in and said that obviously we were in a spot where glad to see us calling the games on this one here. But yeah, it's been pretty good. It's kind of weird because in Japan, Amazon Prime, TBS are carrying the games, but J Sports is carrying the rest of the series. As that first pitch, fastball at 98 miles an hour, misses down and away to Dongwon Park. Park hit a double and scored the only run of the game for the Koreans the first time up, as he takes a fastball outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. His double into the left field corner set the table. He was later brought home by Chang Ki-hong, who opened up the scoring for Korea. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That is it's almost like a cutter that he throws there. It comes in around 90 miles an hour. So that was taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander kicks and delivers. And there is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted to deep left field. This ball could be trouble. Looking up, and this ball is going to be gone. A home run. And it is a solo shot here for Park to tie the game. He has scored both of the runs, this time on a solo shot and the first time on a double, and then driven home by Hong, as we had mentioned. But that ties the game up here at 2, as Korea has evened the scoreline here. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Seung-hang Park. Well, for Park, he is officially 0 for 1 tonight. He has grounded out to third his only time up. So Takahashi, who looked like he had settled in a bit there, retiring 5 in a row, served up the solo shot, and the Korean cheerleaders are bouncing up and down. There's a first pitch strike delivered to Park. Count is 0-1. Pitch on the way. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander delivers. It is a fastball swung on and chopped foul on the first base side of home plate, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Samurai Japan versus Korea here, as we're giving you guys the call as that fastball misses up and the count goes to 1-2. As we mentioned, we'll be back on the call again tomorrow for Samurai Japan and for the rest of the tournament. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side. Count remains at 1-2. We're also going to maybe try tomorrow. I believe there's another game at 8 o'clock on Saturday night Pacific time, which is 11 p.m. Eastern. We'll try to get that game. I believe Australia is going tomorrow against the... I have to better check on who they're playing tomorrow. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right field, coming hard. As this ball is going to get down for a base hit, it drops in front of Morishita. And Park has got himself a single on a 1-2 pitch. He got jammed. But that is going to be a base hit here, and that's going to bring up Ju-hyung Lee. Watch that one again. That ball was bled in. They really had Morishita playing really deep in right field. I thought with the amount of hang time on that one there that they might have been able to have got him, been able to make a play on him, but not so quick there. So that brings Lee to the plate. He's 1 for 1 tonight. He had a single his first time up, as the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. 67 pitches now for Takahashi. As we said, I wonder what his leash will be tonight. I wonder if they'll let him roll through 5 and then start to use the multitude of bullpen arms that the Japanese now have. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Korean fans are definitely happy now. They've got something to cheer about. Runner establishes his lead over at first, does Park. There's one gone here in the 4th inning. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-2. As I say, that fastball in particular, it's almost like a cutter. Fastball nonetheless, but has a little bit of depth to it. Doesn't come in as hard as some of the other pitches when he rears back and dials it up to 98. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 strikes. I don't know if I like that pitch sequence because where the 1-2 pitch was, it was swung on and missed. I think I probably would have set that up a little bit better. Maybe come inside and back Lee off the plate or throw something upstairs to elevate, get his eye level going, and then follow it back up with that pitch. But those were pretty much 3 pitches back to back to back, all in the same location. And here's the 1-2 again. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 2-2. God is Great says, I think Takahashi looks like Imanaga. Facially, I'm not sure about that one. As far as his pitching is concerned, Imanaga's a lefty and Takahashi is a righty. There's a fastball swung on and missed. They just kept pounding that same location. They're able to get Lee. He is gone for the 2nd out of the inning. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Chanki Hong. So I don't know. Maybe the facial similarities, possibly. But certainly not the pitching abilities. A little bit different in terms of their abilities that way. Our friend Titus says their facial features. Yeah, you might be onto something. There's a first pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Hong. Hong tonight has owned Takahashi. He's 2 for 2 against him. He's also driven in a run. He's got 2 singles. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. 73 pitches for the right-hander for Japan. As he kicks and fires, it's a fastball swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2. That last pitch was at 96 miles an hour. So Takahashi ready to go again. He works himself to the chest, and the 0-2 on the way. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just as a reminder, at the end of the 5th inning, we'll take that break again like they do in Japan. It is a 5-minute break at max as they come out and clean the field. As the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses down, and it's going to be a stolen base for Park. He got a good jump. Sakakura had to dig that ball out of the dirt. It's going to run the count now to 2-2. Oh, they had a huge jump on the pitcher. Not even close. Timed it well, did the base runner Park. Sakakura had no chance. It was stolen right off of the pitcher. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're all locked up here at 2 with the home run by Dongwoon Park. Tie the ball game at 2. And there's 2 all the way around. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Scores 2-2. And we're in a multiple of 2 as it is the 4th inning. There's a fastball that misses down. It runs the count now to 3-2 on Hong. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3rd time through the order for Takahashi, so that ought to bode well, maybe to see him get through the 5th inning. And, you know, if I was playing a team like Korea or playing a team like Japan, especially where you could see them a little later in the tournament, if you could roll a pitcher out for 6 innings, maybe 6 innings plus. You get to hold your rest of your pitching staff away. I was thinking about that game tonight that Australia pitched against the Dominicans to one-hit them. They threw 6 pitchers, but the Dominicans at some point got to see what their pitching looked like, especially if they were going one time through the order like Warwick Sopol did to begin the ballgame. I think he only faced 10 batters. So here comes the 3-2 pitch as the right-hander works set. Delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. Sakakura feels that he's going to get up and throw to first. That's going to be a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout. That will do it here for the third out of the inning. But by our count now, that's 8 strikeouts in the books for Takahashi. There was 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is Korea 2 and Japan 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Shugo Maki, Katara Kiyomiya, and Katara Kobayashi to come to put the bat here in the bottom half of inning number 4. The story tonight has been the catcher for Korea. That is Dong-won Park, who has a double and scored a run and a home run tonight, as he has accounted for both of the runs scored by Korea in this one. So Maki, Kiyomiya, and Kobayashi here, as it is still you on the mound. But as we noticed in the last inning, there was high alerts as both a righty and a lefty were throwing, as there's a first pitch breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Shugo Maki. Maki batting from the right side here, as he swings and fouls that one away. Almost hits the third base coach. Oh, Sehoji had to get himself out of the way. He was very, very fortunate. The ball was absolutely blistered off the bat of Maki. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. And people don't know how, actually, sometimes I shouldn't say that. Some people may not really appreciate how dangerous that is. We'll talk about that in a minute. There's a fastball swung on it. It's lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side of home plate. The count is 1-2. Especially the college and professional players, they could turn on some pitches and you got yourself in a whole host of trouble. Breaking ball that misses down, they appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say Maki didn't go. He checked his swing, but he felt he had held up. I think I want to look at that one again if I was the first base umpire. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and Maki is gone. That was maybe 1 pitch a little bit late. And so Maki gone. He is only the 3rd time a player has struck out, and it has been Masayuki Kurihara who has struck out the other 2 times. So that is where we stand right now. So the left-handed hitting Kiyomiya at the plate. He takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. That last pitch, 94 miles an hour. As the right-hander rocks himself into the windup and delivers. There's a breaking ball waved out and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Again, the right-hander Yu working quickly. He delivers a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-2. Unlike the other park in Taipei City, this one does not have the shot clock or the pitch clock behind home plate. That was I guess, kind of a bit of an annoying piece as you're watching the game and you got the clock ticking down. Fastball swung on and it's chopped foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gets the new baseball, does Yu. He's ready to go back at it again. As he rocks himself into the windup and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Kotaro Kiyomiya. 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Again, the right-hander Yu rocking into the windup. He kicks and he fires. Fastball swung on and another one lifted foul into the seats on the third base side. The count remains at 2-2. I've been a bit fortunate tonight. Lastly, for both games today so far, other than that one little blip we had in the first game, we lost our connection for a little bit. Not necessarily our connection to YouTube, but it was a connection to the stream. It's been pretty clear sailing the last couple of nights now. The first couple of games of the series a little bit different. As the 2-2 on the way, it is a fastball swung on, popped up on the infield. It's on the left side. Playable. It's drifting into foul territory, now back into fair territory, and making the catch is Kim. And that is going to retire Kiyomiya for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone. That'll bring up the shortstop Kotaro Kobayashi. And for Kobayashi, he is 1 for 1 tonight. He had a single and knocked in a pair of runs in the second inning. As he stands in here batting with 2 out in the 4th inning. And the first pitch on the way is a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. Kobayashi has knocked in both runs tonight for Samurai Japan. As the pitch from Yu is a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the right-hander kicks and fires, there's a fastball swung on it. A good piece of hitting as Kobayashi goes the other way with a single into right field. That's his second hit of the night. As he gets the obligatory low 5 from the first base coach, but a good piece of hitting there as he had inside out of the ball through the 4-hole. Right into right field. Shorten up your swing and let's make some contact, and that's exactly what Kobayashi did. Makes me wonder if he's not necessarily seeing the ball as well as he'd like. Again, still a right-hander and a left-hander up in the Korean bullpen. So I'm not sure who they would call if made that decision to go. Well, it is going to be Shogo Sakakura stepping in, batting here with the runner at first and 2 gone. As the first pitch is on the way, it is a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1 to Sakakura. Sakakura singled his last time up. As the right-hander works himself to the belt position. And here comes the 0-1 offering. Right-hander delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. I think I'm going to have to get up and do a tour here of a walkabout in between innings. It's been pretty much We started the call of the first game at, what time was it? 11 o'clock on the Pacific Coast. North America, there was a fastball swung through and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. Outside of a 15-minute break between innings, between games, I should say, it is 4 hours and 40 minutes of baseball. Usually with a doubleheader, you might get a half hour in between games. We didn't even get that. So here's the 1-2 to Sakakura. As he kicks and delivers, he swings, he chops it right back to the pitcher. Yu fields it, throws to first, and Sakakura is going to be retired on a ground out 1-3 for the third out of the inning. That is going to do it here, and that might be it for Takahashi. It looks like they're going to be doing a pitching change, are the Japanese. No runs in the inning. There was 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Moving to the top of the 5th inning, your score is the Koreans 2 and the Japanese 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in a few. Scoreline is 2-2 as we head to the 5th. We'll be back in just a few. It is Korea and Japan when we return. Welcome back, everybody. Well, it is indeed the end of the night for Hirota Takahashi as his line is closed after 4 innings of work. It is going to be the left-hander Chihiro Samita who is coming into the ball game, and he'll be taking over here as he just is completing his warm-up tosses. So Samita on in relief. As we said, he's just finishing up and wrapping up his last couple of pitches here. We are about ready to resume the action. So the lefty has completed it, and we are ready to go. It is going to be coming to bat. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Korean batting order. Min-jae Shin, Do-young Kim, and Bog-young Moon to face the left-handed pitcher here. And the first pitch from Samita is on its way. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count quickly goes to 0-1 on Shin. Samita working quickly delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So Samita working at a very diligent pace. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-2. The Korean fans are certainly in good spirit as they are holding the flags. They've also got these placards as well. They're holding up with the flag of South Korea on it. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow right center field, and this ball is going to get down in front of Tatsumi. And Min-jae Shin has got aboard with a single here to get things going. So he is the runner at first. That is going to bring up Do-young Kim to the plate. And for Kim, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out both of his times to the plate. Imagine after going last night with a couple of home runs, including a grand slam. Hard to keep that pace up every night. But he has been stellar defensively for the Koreans. And here comes the first offering as the lefty delivers. It is a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Chihiro Samita, nothing blisteringly fast about him, but he does mix his speeds well on his pitches. Here comes the pitch. Instead, they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Shin. Japan also has action in the bullpen. They've got a couple of right-handers that are getting loose. As the lefty works to the set position, here's the pitch from Samita. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to short, fielded by Kobayashi. He throws to first. Oh, they barely get the speedy Kim. It's going to be a ground out 6-3. Shin safely reaches second base. So Kim retired for the first out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Bog-Yun Moon. I think if that ball would have been hit a little bit harder, they would have had a shot at a double play. But because Kobayashi had to charge the ball, and you field it on the run, I don't think that was in the cards. So Bog-Yun Moon stepping to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single in 2 trips. As the big first baseman for Korea steps into the batter's box here, ready to go. He's got himself that slightly open stance as the lefty Samita works here with one away in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball is a nice stop there by the catcher Sakakura. Count is 1-0. And the base umpire is helping the base runner with his oven mitts. He's got oven mitts on both hands. Does Min-Jae Shin. I don't think I've seen that in Major League Baseball. One hand for sure, but I haven't seen two. As here comes the pitch from Samita. Fastball misses off the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-0. They do have the open base as Seung-Up Na awaits his turn on deck. Na, who's the designated hitter, has struck out twice, and on that play, the runner Min-Jae Shin had stolen third. We were a little late to we were just as sleepy as the pitcher for Japan. So now they got a runner at third here. We don't get the view of that runner at second base, unfortunately. A little bit of a higher camera angle. There's a fastball swung on it. His tap foul over on the first base side. 2 balls and 1 strike it is to Moon. Infield is in here for the Japanese as they are trying to cut the run off at the plate. So Bog-Yun Moon here. Infield is in for the Japanese as well. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul over on the first base side, giving chase with Shugomaki and Shogo Sakakura, but that ball is going to get into the seats, and the count runs down to 2-2 on Moon. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Moon digs himself in here. Lefty Samita back onto the rubber. He gets the sign from his catcher, Sakakura. As we said, it is almost 4 o'clock in the morning. This game here has got a really slow tempo to it. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. That'll pick up the tempo. As Moon goes in the books for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to Seung-Yup Na. That was pretty good. It was a hard slider there from Samita, and it really forced the batter Moon to have to chase it. So what do we got here? We've got a full-on conference on the mound of Samurai Japan. Slated to come to bat, as we said, is Seung Yup Na. He has struck out twice tonight, but he has not faced Samita here yet. All those strikeouts were against the starter Takahashi. And maybe it looks like we're getting a pinch hitter here, so maybe Na's night is done. That's exactly what it is. We are getting a pinch hitter in this spot. This is going to be number 91. This is Dong-hee Yoon. So Dong-hee Yoon into pinch hit here. I guess after that, so taking out the lefty. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count is quickly 0-1. If I'm not mistaken, I think Yoon was in the lineup last night. I have to go back and look at my records. As the pitch from the lefty on its way. Fastball just misses inside. That was a good pitch, but I have to say it was also maybe even a better sell job by Dong-hee Yoon. Runs the count even at 1-1 strike. So again, the lefty Samita working himself to the set position. Here comes the 1-1. Pitch on the way. It is a changeup that he couldn't hold up on. It's going to run the count to 1-2 now on Yoon. I have to say, I like these Korean uniforms. They're pretty slick. It's not really a navy blue, but it's a dark blue with the white. Even their pants got the blue trim down the side and the piping, but it's just the way they're designed. Pretty cool looking unis. So here comes the pitch. Fastball misses down. It's now 2-2 to Yoon. Appreciate you guys for hanging out here with us tonight. It is a little bit on the tiresome side. As I said, we did the first game tonight between Australia and the Dominican. That game ended 5-0 for Australia. A one-hit shutout with 6 combined pitchers for the Australians did the trick against the Dominicans. A little shocking tonight. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field. This ball is going to get down, and it's going to get all the way to the wall. It's going to get a run in. Coming home to score is Shin. And stopping at second with a double is Yoon. So a pinch hit double. As that rattles off the wall, he's going to get himself an RBI. And that will score Shin to make the scoreline 3-2 for the Koreans. So if you want some excitement, you're getting at right here, right now. So 3-2 is the scoreline now. And that is going to bring up Wonjun Choi to the plate. The ball was absolutely scorched. So Samita says he's all right. The Koreans grabbing the lead here in the 5th inning, 3-2. With a runner at second now and 2 gone, it's going to bring Choi to the plate. Choi tonight 0 for 2. As there's a breaking ball that misses upstairs and the count goes to 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Once again, appreciate everybody who has popped in tonight to listen in. We have our setup here. I'm a little uncomfortable in my setup tonight, at least on the second game. There's a fastball swung on it, is lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side. Count now 1-1 to Choi. As I said, this is a pretty neat looking Taipei dome. Just the way it is. There's actually 4 decks when you go behind home plate. I don't know if they're all. I don't really see the luxury suites designed in there like you would have in North America, but it looks like right behind home plate they've got like a mid-level, and then they've got 2 more upper levels, which is kind of neat. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Choi as the lefty Samita working at a very slow tempo. We'll be at 2 hours here shortly as he does a pickoff attempt over to second, but getting back in time as the runner. There was no throw required, but Yoon was able to dive back safely. So 18 pitches here for Samita as he is ready to offer here again to Choi. 1-1 pitch on the way. Kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the lefty once again peers in and gets the sign from his catcher. One thing I'm curious about tonight is our B feed going to be able to stay up and alive here, because we're running low on our power. So that ball was in the dirt, and it is now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Choi. Well, see what next up for the Japanese will be in the next half inning. Should Samita be able to survive this one? He's already given up a run to give the lead to the Koreans 3-2 here in inning number 5. And the pitch is on its way. Fastball misses inside, and the count now goes to 3-2. So Samita not particularly sharp here tonight, as he has missed a little bit with his pitches up. He's missed a little bit out. So here we go. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. The runner is Yoon at second base. They do have that open base at first. And Samita kicks and fires. It is a fastball taken for a called third strike. I'm not sure what Choi was looking for other than maybe a walk, but he's got neither of them, as he's going to head back and sit down as he strikes out looking. No 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're moved to the bottom of the 5th inning. We're now halfway through this one. It is the Korean national team 3 and Samurai Japan 2. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the top of the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be the top of the order to come to bat for Japan. That means Kumahara, Kazono, and Tatsumi. The pitcher Yu is, at our last glance, is still in the ball game. Have to do a double take here to see if that is still the case. And it is still Yu. 2 1/3 innings he has gone so far here, and this one in relief, as he did come on to strike out Kuwahara to end the second. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Kuahara 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out on both of the trips to the plate. Once looking and once swinging. As the right-hander kicks and delivers. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Masayuki Kuahara. Yu gets himself a new baseball and he's ready to go back at it again. As he rocks himself into a windup and kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Kuahara. Lots of work here ahead of us as the Koreans and the Japanese are halfway through this one. There is a fastball swung on. It's chopped slowly over the head of the pitcher, fielded by the shortstop. And a nice job there by the first baseman, Moon, to pick the ball out of the dirt as Seung Han Park had made a nice play, but the throw wasn't particularly the best. It's going to go down as a ground out, 6-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Kaito Kazono. And the pitcher, Yu, has a big smile on his face. I wonder if that's going to be the end of the night for him, as the catcher has come out to talk to him. And that is, you got some fist pumps around as the manager, Choi, has come out. It looks like that Yu's night, his day is done. He's bowing and giving his tip of the cap. And we are going to have a pitching change. It looks like it's going to be Kwak coming into the ball game. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for being here. We'll get you all the specs on Quack when we return right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a pitching change here as the Koreans are going to the bullpen. They're bringing in a lefty. This is Dog-Yu Kwak, who is taking over here on in relief of Young Chan-woo Yu, who is done for the night, the third pitcher to be used here for the Koreans in this one. So as we had mentioned before, interested to see how these pitchers are going to be used here tonight. They're going to be going deep into the bullpens. The Japanese starter Takahashi gave Japan 4. I would think Samita is not going to be coming back out for the 6th, just a hunch. I don't think he was particularly sharp here tonight. Well, Kwak has completed his warm-up tosses, and he is going to be set to face Kaito Kazono and Ryosuke Tatsumi, 2 left-handed hitters back-to-back. Kazono tonight, for his part, is 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. So he strides in here, ready to face the first offering from Kwak. As the lefty leans himself in, he works himself to the set position. And now he kicks and fires. It's a first pitch fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Kazono. Getting the start at second base today, the Hiroshima Carp player. Waits on the offering here from the lefty, who again works to the set and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side. The count now is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty-lefty matchup. As we said, the Samurai Japan doesn't shy away from that stuff. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kazono. And again, once this half inning is done, we will take our break, put the music on loop, and let her go for about 5 minutes. As we said, it is, they like to call the Japanese, or we call our Japanese halftime when we do the NPB games. About a 5-minute break in between innings. There's a fastball that misses way off the outside corner. Count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the lefty kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is just looped foul down the third base line. It was sort of a self-defense swing there by Kazono. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the lefty ready to go again as he works himself to the set. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty works himself again to the belt. And here comes the pitch. Fastball, take it for a called third strike. I'm not sure what Kazono was doing. That pitch was center cut, right down the middle, and he's gone for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Ryosuke Tatsumi to the plate. Jeez. Unbelievable. That pitch there. You can't ask for a better pitch with 2 strikes. Not really sure what he was looking for in that spot. And that brings Tatsumi to the plate. He is 0 for 2 in this one. He's bounced into a fielder's choice, and he is grounded back to the pitcher. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty-lefty matchup yet again. This is why they had brought the reliever Quack in the game. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Quack again gets the sign from his catcher Park, and he works set. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside, and it's now gone to 2-1 on Tatsumi. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Tatsumi waggling the bat here, waiting on the pitch from the lefty. Works himself to the set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses down. It's now 3-1 to Tatsumi. As we said earlier on, Tatsumi had himself a pretty good year with the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. He, much like Kurihara, entering the prime of his career. Korean coaching staff is a little bit concerned here with their lefty. As the 3-1 pitch is on the way. Fastball swung on and fouled away right at the plate. Count now goes to 3-2. There's been a lot of traffic on the base paths for both teams here. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Japan. 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Korea. Again, the lefty Quack holds to the set position. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses down and in. That's going to be ball 4. Tatsumi's going to be aboard with a walk. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Shota Morishita. And so the Korean brass, a little bit of discussion here. They really wanted that one. And so Morishita striding to the plate. Are they going to let the lefty face Morishita? Well, we're going to find out right here. That definitely hurts. That is for sure, if you are a fan of the Koreans. But that is the first walk issued here tonight by Korea. 2 out here in the 5th. Here comes the first pitch to Morishita. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-0. And now time is called as the catcher, Park, is making his way to the mound. He wants to talk to Quack. Curious to see what the response would be here. There is action in the Korean bullpen, both a righty and a lefty up. A lefty is Choi, the righty is Lee. As they are getting themselves loose, looking like they could be ready at any point in time to come in. I don't know what's going on with the rosin bag out here. The last pitcher, Samita, where they had placed it, I think, on the backside of the mound. Somebody didn't like it. The umpire didn't like it. And now we have the sort of the same thing here with the lefty. There's a fastball that misses inside. It's now 2-0 to Morishita. First out was recorded by you. Quack got the second out, but then he walked Tatsumi. That is where we stand here. Here comes the 2-0 offering to Morishita, and instead they throw over to first base, and getting back in time was the base runner Tatsumi. He's got 1 foot on the grass and 1 foot on the dirt on this cutout infield. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses down and in, and it's now 3-0. He's in jeopardy of walking back-to-back hitters here. And looming on deck is Ryoya Kurihara, another left-handed hitter. So 3 balls and no strikes as Morishita waits here on the offering. Does he get green lighted? Nope. Center cut fastball right down the middle, taken for a called strike, and it's now 3-1 to Morishita. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Again, the lefty working himself to the set position. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down, and it's back-to-back walks. As Morishita is aboard with a walk, it's going to advance Tatsumi over to second. And now it's going to bring Ryoya Kurihara to the plate. It's going to bring the pitching coach out of the Korean dugout on a full-out trot. So this is the inning that doesn't want to end. Boy, it makes you wonder. We called the Korean-Japan game here, as I said tonight, back-to-back games. We're going to have to fuel up at the end of this half inning as well for ourselves if we're going to try to get through it. We're already 2 hours and the local time, all the pomp and circumstance. So we're probably about 2 hours and 10 minutes into this ball game, approximately. We're not quite through the 5th inning yet. So 3-2, Korea has the lead. The Japanese have runners at first and second. All the runners have come with 2 out. As a walk to Tatsumi and a walk to Morishita have it set up here for Kurihara. As the conference is over, Quack ready to go back to work. Here comes the first pitch. And it is a fastball that misses down and in. They appeal to the third base umpire, but they say that Kurihara didn't go when it's 1 ball and no strikes. And the lefty working himself to the set position. Checks the runner, now delivers. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Lefty Quack ready to go once again as he works himself to the set position. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So Ryoya Kurihara here in the hole now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Base hit here will get you 1. Extra base hit might get you 2. And so this is a important at bat here to try to end the inning for the lefty Quack. As he gets his sign from his catcher Park, works himself to the set, checks the runner over at second, checks him again, now delivers. Fastball misses off the outside corner and the count runs even to 2-2. Did not miss that pitch by much. I would agree with the home plate umpire that it was probably a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the lefty working again to the set position, trying to get through this one here. And the pitch on the way. Fastball misses outside. 3-2. So that means the runners are going to be on the move here. This is going to be the 24th pitch brought by Quack here, and it's Shugo Maki who's waiting on deck. And you would think that either way here, this is going to be the last hitter that the pitcher Quack is going to be facing tonight. As the lefty works himself to the set, here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the netting, and the count remains at 3-2. So definitely here, Shota Morishita and Tatsumi can run a little bit. Base hit for sure scores Tatsumi. A single won't score Morishita, but it should get him over to third. Extra base hit would definitely score Morishita, I would have to guess. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. As the lefty kicks and delivers. Another fastball swung on and another one lifted foul, and the count remains at 3-2 to Kurihara. I have a hard time looking at Kurihara's number. He usually wears number 24 for Fukuoka. Here he's wearing 23. I didn't take the time to look to see who was possessing 24. But I'm sure there's a pecking order with the national team. It is Taro Kobayashi, the shortstop. So there's our answer. Here's the pitch. Another fastball swung on and another one lined foul, and this battle is going to continue. It's going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up here for Kurihara. Japanese supporters are making their presence felt. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. Runners on the move. As the pitcher Quack kicks and fires. Fastball comes in and it is hit Kurihara. Unbelievable. Strikes out the first batter he faces. Walks Tatsumi. Walks Morishita. And then he drills Kurihara on a 3-2 pitch. And I don't have to be a rocket scientist, but I can tell you this. We're going to have ourselves a pitching change right here. So that is going to be the end of the night for Quack as Kurihara is making his way down to first. That was not a muffin either. Got him just on the padding, which was where the tricep would be. So that is going to be it, and that should be the end of the night for Quack, I would have to think. And that is exactly what it is. We're going to have to take a timeout here, everybody. Unreal. So stick around. We'll be back in just a few. Bases are full of Samurai Japan. Everything all coming here with 2 outs. We're going to take a little mini break. We'll be back in a minute and sort this one out for you.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool. To go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve. It is going to be Young-Ha Lee coming on in relief. Unbelievable. You've got 2 outs. All you got to do is get the 3rd out. You walk a batter, and you hit a batter to load the bases. And now you've got yourself a proverbial storm brewing in front of you here, all with 2 outs in the inning, as it is going to bring the first baseman Shugo Maki to the plate. And if you are Japan, this is a very dangerous hitter. He scorched a line drive to the 3rd baseman his first time up, and then he struck out his 2nd time up. But Shugo Maki is coming to the plate here, as he will be facing Young-Ha Lee here for the first time. Well, Kurihara also took some treatment there as there was the break in the action. He got hit in the guard, which was just above the elbow on the tricep area. And so that is where he is at. So looks like he is good to go. So we're ready to resume the action here as Shugo Maki steps in at the plate. And the right-hander now ready to go as Young-Ha Lee taking over here for the Koreans. And the first pitch on the way, it is a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Shugo Maki waiting here on the offering from the righty, who leans in and gets his signal from his catcher, Park. Works himself to the set position. Here comes the 1-0 offering. And he delivers. It's a breaking ball, waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 1-1. Shugo Maki looked like he wanted to put 4 runs on the board with that swing. The Korean fans and their cheerleaders were pretty jovial about 15 or 20 minutes ago, but now they're starting to get into some challenges here as they're starting to go deep into their pen. They've already got 4 pitchers used tonight. There's a fastball swung on, lined up the middle. That's going to get at least 1 run in. That's going to score 1. Here comes another one. And that is going to be a single for Maki. And the Japanese have taken a 4-3 lead here as both Tatsumi and Morishita come across to score. It is a 4-3 ball game. And as we said, all of this disaster has happened with 2 outs here for the Koreans. So 2 RBIs there for Maki. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Kataro Kiyomiya. Welcome to the ball game, Young-Ha Lee. So we'll get a peek at this. I don't see if the runner, being Kurihara, got all the way around to 3rd or not. He definitely got to 2nd base, but we're waiting to see if he went 1st to 3rd on that knock. So plenty of offense here in this one. Not a whole lot of pitching tonight. So Shugo Maki picking himself up a couple RBIs. It is runners at 1st and 2nd as Kurihara did stop at 2nd. And the first pitch is a fastball that swung on and fouled right into the feet. It is Kaita Sano who is coming to bat here, another base star. So he is on here to pinch hit as Kataro Kiyomiya's night is done. So Sano on here to hit for the Japanese. As the 0-1 pitch is ready to come here from the right-hander, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball is hammered foul. Oh boy, Sano put a charge into that one, but he ripped that one foul, and the count is 0-2. Still more action in the Korean bullpen. How many guys can they keep bringing up? But as I said, this is an important game for Korea. They got to win this game. They lose this game, they'll have 2 losses tagged to them, one from Taiwan, or Chinese Taipei, I should say. And the other one, of course, If they lose this one to the Japanese, they'd hang a loss on them too. And then it would make the getting to that super round very, very difficult. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul right behind home plate. And the count remains at 0-2 to Sano. So no balls and 2 strikes. The runner at second, Kurihara. The runner at first is Maki. The Japanese have put 2 runs on the board here in the bottom half of the 5th, and they're sniffing it out for more. As Sano waits here on the offering from the right-hander, and the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on it, is chopped softly over to second. They're going to have to hurry to get him. It is fielded neatly by Shin. He underhands it, but boy, oh boy, that was a bang-bang play. Goes as a ground out 4-3 for the 3rd out of the inning, but damage has been done as Japan has regained the lead. 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of only 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. We are going to take our Japanese halftime. We're going to put our music on loop. We appreciate you guys for being here with us, but we need to take a time out. We got to get ourselves another refreshed beverage. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. 4-3 for Japan as we head to the top of the 6th. Welcome back, everybody. We're a little late getting back in the saddle here, as it is Dong Won Park who was up to lead it off here against Samita, and he goes down on strikes here. It is the strikeout here for Samita, one in the books. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Seung-Han Park. So one gone here in the 6th inning as Park comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2 in this one. He's got a single in 2 trips as well as a stolen base. And the first pitch breaking ball drops in for a called strike. The count is 1-1. A little surprise, Samita coming back out for inning number 2. But that is how they are operating here. Are the Japanese brain trust, as that fastball misses outside and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Samita rocking into the windup, and he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul right behind home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I do like the fact that a lot of the Korean fans, as well as the Japanese fans, they've wearing their jerseys at the game. I was starting to tell a story a little bit earlier when I've gone to some of the games, and I'll tell you that there's a fastball swung on. This is going to be looped into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Over to cut it off is Morishita. And a 1-out single here for Park is going to bring up the center fielder, Ju-Hyung Lee. So at the Tokyo Dome, when I went to the Tokyo, it was where I first noticed it in Japan at the Tokyo Dome, is you saw that there would be businessmen would show up to the game, their white shirts, their attire, and they'd have their briefcase with them. And then they'd get in the stands and they would take their jersey out and put it on over top. And then when the game would be done, they would take out their briefcase, they would take off the jersey top, put it in their briefcase, and then they would go home. It's kind of strange. I don't know why they wouldn't want to wear it home or at least wear it to the park, but I thought that was kind of funny. But I saw that also in Hiroshima too, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1 here to Lee. So not the first time, but it was certainly some of the times where it was repeated where you got a chance to see that. So 1 strike here to Lee, as the runner at first is Park, as they throw over to first base, and getting back in time is Park. Lefty Samita, I don't know if that's a great move or not. We don't always get a chance to see. We only get the one particular angle. I'd like to see that from the side. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and now the count is 0-2 here to Lee. The top of the order, Chang Hee Hong waits his turn. Chang Hee Hong waits his turn on deck. "32 pitches for Samita, as he threw 22 in the 5th inning. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses, or is down, but swung on and missed by Lee. He's in the books for the 2nd out of the inning. That's the 4th strikeout here from Samita, as he has retired 4 Koreans in the books via the strikeout. Bring up the top of the order, Chang Hee Hong. And that's something else to note tonight too. The starter, Takahashi, he struck out 8 batters. And then you add the 4 here by Samita. That's 12 batters so far here through almost 6 full innings have gone down on strikes, almost 2 per inning. And that would be a little bit concerning if you were that of fan of the Koreans, to see that many strikeouts. Even 12 or 13 in a game is tough. We're already at 12 right now. They're on a pace for 18. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken center cut for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Samita is definitely a different pitcher this inning. He has come out and he has thrown strikes, and he has hit corners where he needed to be. So no balls and 1 strike to Hong. Lefty-lefty matchup here, as the lefty Samita works himself to the belt. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball. And that just missed outside, although I have to say that pitch looked pretty darn good. Or did he get the call on that one? Nope, he missed it outside. You have the K zone. We thought it was a strike. The K zone thought it was a strike. The only one who didn't think it was a strike was the home plate umpire. So 1-1 Samita ready to go again. Kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2-1. It is Korea and Japan here in the Premier 12. I have to say that both of these clubs here are pretty respectable sides. They've sent most of their domestic league stars who are available not through injury. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count now goes even to 2-2 on Hong. So if I had to pick a favorite, obviously, for the tournament, you'd have to say Japan would be the favorite. A little bit of a surprise losing to Chinese Taipei the other night did the Koreans, but they bounced back last night, knocking off the Dominicans. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on her, the Cubans, I should say, grounded over to first. Mackey fields it on the backhand, and he takes it himself as he steps on the bag. It's a ground out to 3 to end the inning, and that is going to do it here for Korea in their half of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom half of inning number 6. Your score is Japan 4, Korea 3. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Be right back after this musical timeout.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be moving ourselves to the bottom half of inning number 6. And slated to come to bat will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Samurai Japan. That would be Kotaro Kobayashi, Shogo Sakakura, and the top of the order in Masayuki Kuwahara. The pitcher right now for the Koreans in the ball game that we have, they've got 4 pitchers that they have used tonight. We still have Young-Ha Lee on the hill, although how much longer he'll be there, we're not so sure, as they have been working their pitchers through here fairly quickly. So Kobayashi striding to the plate. He's 2 for 2 tonight. He's driven in a pair of runs, as the first pitch is ready to come here, as it is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Lee came on and faced Shugo Maki, and he gave up a single that allowed 2 runs to score, but those runs weren't charged to him. They would go to Dogyu Kwak, and then he was able to get the next batter to ground out. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Kobayashi. So no balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander ready to go back at it again. He rocks himself into the windup, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that's spiked up to the plate, and the count goes to 1-2. When you think about how pitching is just so important at this level, that's the one thing I would say. I don't know if the Korean pitching is on the par with the Japanese, and I'm not so sure that. So the Japanese pitching has been overly spectacular by their standards. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, grounded softly to short, fielded neatly by Park. Throws to first. It's going to be a ground out 6-3. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the catcher, Shogo Sakakura. I was talking earlier in the stream, our friend Titus was in here, and we were talking about are they using their best players? Are they using the best? It's a younger Japanese team. This is obviously the future of Samurai Japan. And when you think about it, there's no Yukio Shudo, there's no Shohei Ohtani, no Yamamoto, no Sasaki, although Sasaki's still a youthful player. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball swung on, grounded over to second, fielded neatly by Shin. He throws to first. Sakakura retired on a ground out 4-3. He's in the books, 2 quick outs. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Masayuki Kurihara. Kurihara was absolutely outstanding in the Japan series as he had won the MVP. A complete fire starter at the top of the order for Yokohama. But I was saying a little bit about the Japan here is that they still have some of their better players on the sidelines. Like, where is Yoshida? He's obviously in Boston, but not in this lineup either. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left center field. Over to make the catch is the center fielder Lee, and that is a quick 1-2-3 inning here for Japan as they are done through 6th. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're moving to the top of the 7th inning. Your score is the Samurai Japan 4 and Korea 3. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this from our friend, Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and your support of our channel. We'll be back in just a few. We'll wake up with a little merengue, and we'll be returning right after that. Welcome back, everybody. Chihiro Sumida coming on for his 3rd inning of work as he had thrown 38 pitches through his first 2, 22 in the first inning, and then only 16 in his 2nd inning of work. So he has thrown more than I have thought he would be here. So they're piggybacking, looks like a couple of starters here. It'll be Shin, Kim, and Moon to face him here in inning number 7. As the lefty delivers a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Shin tonight officially 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also stolen a base and scored a run and had a sacrifice bunt as that pitch is a fastball that misses down. And it squirts away from Sakakura and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Young Kim here on deck as there's a breaking ball that misses and the count is 2-1. And then it'll be Bog-Young Moon to follow, as we mentioned. So a tough part of the batting order here for Sumida. There's a fastball that he attempts to bunt, does Shin, but he bunts through it and the count goes to 2-2. He did make the offering there. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the lefty Sumida ready to go again. Rocks himself into the windup, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Baseball can be a funny game. You go from hero one night to goat the next, and then all points in between. Certainly, Kim hasn't been a goat tonight, as there's a changeup that swung on and missed. Oh, yeah, he pulled the string on that one, did Samita, and that's going to retire Shin for the first out of the inning. Oh, pretty impressive stuff. So he has got Shin in the books for the first strikeout here in inning number 7. That is the 13th strikeout tonight by the Koreans. We were talking about that in the last half inning. They're on pace to strike out 18 times tonight. So Samita rocking into delivery facing Kim, and there's a breaking ball dropping in for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Kim tonight 0 for 3. He has struck out twice, and he is grounded to short. We were saying about how last night he had 2 home runs, including a grand slam that ended up chasing Levon Moinello. As that fastball misses inside, and the count goes even to 1-1. So pretty impressive stuff. And yet tonight he has had a hard time getting bat to ball. So here comes the 1-1 pitch as the lefty delivers. It's a breaking ball that's down. They appeal to the first base umpire, and they say that Kim didn't go. We'll get a look at that ourselves. And that pitch there, oh boy, I think that was a home cooking call from the umpire. Looked like he may have gone around on that one. There's the 2-1 pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, lifted into left center field. Coming over with room to make the catch is the center fielder, Tatsumi. And Kim is retired for the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs, and that's going to leave it up to Bog Young Moon. So I kind of wonder who they're going to use to close out the games here with the Japanese in this one here. I looked tightly at the pitching end of the roster. I'd be curious to see what they're going to roll out. As Samita rocks himself into the windup. Pitch on the way is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. But the Koreans are starting to run out of outs. They're down 4-3, and they've only got 7 outs to play with now. As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on, it is grounded softly foul down the first base line past the glove of Shugo Maki. And 1 ball and 1 strike, it is now to Moon. That's another thing, too, is if the Japanese have the lead late, I wonder who the substitutions would be coming out. Do you leave Maki in at first base? Do you think about taking Kuwahara out of the ball game as an option? As the pitch on the way is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2 on Moon. These are going to be some decisions that the managers are going to have to make here. Here comes the 1-2 offering as Samita rocks into the windup and delivers. Breaking ball misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. We can sit here and speculate what I think they should do. And my speculation is a little bit different than most. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as Moon has something in his eye. Steps out of the batter's box, and he's trying to shake it off. How often do you see hitters step out of the box and have to adjust themselves or get something out of their eyes? There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Moon is in the books. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning. 2 more strikeouts in this half inning, and that means there's 14 so far recorded by the Japanese in this one. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom half of inning number 7. And your score is Japan 4 and Korea 3. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Hang tight, everybody, for our rendition of Take Me Out to the Ballgame. Welcome back, everybody. It looks like we have a pitching change. It is going to be Ji-Man Choi coming on in relief, the left-hander, as he is going to be taking over here from Young-Ha Lee. He is going to be set to face Kaito Kazono, Ryosuke Tatsumi, and Shota Morishita. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. And the count is quickly 0-1. Kazono, the second baseman tonight, who calls home with the Hiroshima Carp, getting the opportunity to start in this one. He is 1 for 3. He's got a single in 3 trips as the pitch is a fastball swung on, and now he's got another hit in 4 trips. So he's got himself a leadoff single here in the 7th. That's going to bring up Ryosuke Tatsumi. Well, for Tatsumi tonight, he has officially 0 for 2. He's grounded out to the pitcher. He has bounced into a fielder's choice, and he walked and scored a run his last time up. So batting here against the left-hander Choi with the runner at first. Here comes the first offering. He squares the bunt, and he punts that one foul all the way to the backstop, and the count is quickly 0-1. This is the baseball I would expect at this point in time of the game. In the bottom of the 7th inning, try to scratch out another run for themselves, as Japan will have to try to nickel and dime it. The other part is where they're at the batting order, the 3-hole hitter. Yes, Tatsumi already squaring the bunt here, with the pitcher Choi working to the set position, and instead he throws to first, and diving back in time is Kazono. Lefty Choi ready to go again. He works himself to the belt. Squaring the bunt is Tatsumi. Here comes the pitch. Instead, again, they throw over to first base, and diving back again is Kazono. So they're concerned about the ability of the Carp second baseman to do a little bit of running, and I would be too. So Tatsumi again squaring the bunt, or showing that he wants to bunt. And here comes the pitch, and he bunts it. Another one that's bunted foul. That's uncharacteristic of the center fielder of the Golden Eagles. He's usually not bad from when we've watched games in the Pacific League. So he is getting himself back in again, ready to face the offering from the lefty. As the lefty works himself to the set position, here's the pitch. Fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the left-handed pitcher Choi ready to go again as he has the baseball. His job, it's always frustrating. You bring a lefty in to face lefties, you got to get him out. And he's not been able to do that yet. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that almost hits Tatsumi. He ends up knocking him out of the batter's box, and the count now goes to 2-2. That'll clear your sinuses there, Ryosuke, and it was definitely a pitch that knocked him off the plate. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the lefty works himself to the set. Choi checks the runner at first, and now he delivers again. There's a breaking ball. He took a little something off that one, and Tatsumi was way out in front, and he is gone for the first out of the innings. So 1 gone here. That's going to bring the right fielder Shota Morishita to the plate. He definitely took a little bit of something off of that pitch. Came in at 133 kilometers an hour, and by the looks of it, that is going to be it for Choi. They're going to go to the right-hander, I would assume, as his day is done. Interesting there, the manager comes out with a new baseball. He doesn't even take the ball from the pitcher. Pitcher walks off the mound and he flicks the mound towards the second baseman. That is going to be the end of the night for Choi. He gets one batter and he allows one hit. But we have the pitching change as Morishita is coming into the game, and we'll get that for you when we return right after this. Appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. 4-3 for Japan over Korea. We are in the bottom of the 7th inning. Right back after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rademacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool to go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve. It is a right-hander that is coming in the ball game. It is going to be Ha-Young Jung to take over here as he comes in with one gone and a runner at first. He'll be entrusted to try to do something with Shota Morishita, who has been on base all 3 times he's come to bat tonight. Officially, he is a 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He also reached on a fielder's choice and a walk, and he has scored 2 of the 4 runs for Samurai Japan. So Morishita will come to the bat to face him here. And it doesn't get any easier as Ryoya Kurihara will follow. So Morishita coming to the stick as soon as Jung completes his warm-up tosses. Once again, we do appreciate everybody who has hung in here with us tonight on the back end of our own personal doubleheader. It's been 6 hours of baseball we have been flapping about here, and we're glad we can do it with you guys. Well, that brings Morishita to the plate as he is striding up here, ready to go. As he digs himself in, waiting on the first offering here from the right-hander, who is ready to deliver. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Morishita. That looked like a hard slider that went down and away. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander leans in again. He gets the sign from his catcher. He works himself to the belt. Here comes the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2, so Morishita in the hole here. I always say you get at least one good pitch and a bat to hit, and I think that was the one pitch that Morishita is probably going to see. I think it's going to be a steady diet of slop from here on out. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. As it's on its way, it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the right-hander leans in as Jung gets his sign, and instead he does a token toss over to first base. Diving back easily is Kazono. Not sure what to think of the Japanese jerseys. I'm just thinking about them as I look at them with the pinstripes. Again, they throw over to first base. The feel of the jerseys were probably pretty good. They almost look like they're like a different type, like a silky feel. They're not necessarily definitely not cotton like you would have saw a number of years ago. Usually teams have gotten away from that, but I don't know if it's like a rayon or almost a poly mix. They must have a bit of a shine to it as that fastball misses upstairs. It's now 2-2 to Morishita. The Korean jerseys, I kind of like the looks of those as well, though, but I'm more thinking along the lines of a standpoint of, feel or softness. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left center field. This ball is going to be trouble, and this ball is going to be gone. A home run for Morishita as he sends that one into the left center field seats, a 2-run blast, and that's going to increase the lead for Samurai Japan to 6-3 over the Koreans. And that might be a death nail here for Korea in this one. Morishita, his 3rd run scored of the game. He's had half the runs scored. And now he has got himself a couple RBIs to go with it. So the star of the Hanshin Tigers on full display here tonight. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Ryoya Kurihara. And the first pitch on the way here from Jung is a fastball that swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. Count is 0-1. 1 for 2 tonight for Kurihara. He's also been hit by a pitch. So the right-hander Jung ready to go again. He kicks and fires. Fastball swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side. And the count now goes to 0-2 on Kurihara. Looming on deck is the first baseman Shugo Maki. So 6-3, Japan has the lead here as they've extended it against the Koreans. As the pitch is on the way, breaking ball swung on, grounded over to first, fielded neatly by the first baseman Moon. He's going to take it himself. It's a ground out to 3 for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the first baseman Shugo Maki. Well, Shugo Maki stepping to the plate. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He delivered a 2-run single back in the 5th inning to add to the Japanese lead at the time. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. This ball is going to be trouble, and it hits the top of the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is Maki. The throw is not in time. Oh, and he absolutely smoked the second baseman who was covering on the base. Shin got bowled over, and he's down. Maki is tending to him. But he was an absolute freight train. He was sliding into second base. The throw came in. And Shin is on the ground. Maybe get some smelling salts for him. Oh, that was a bit of a collision there. Absolute scorched. That ball just missed being a home run by about 8 inches as it hit the top of the wall. Almost knocked the wall down. Nice throw there by the left fielder. Threw it right on the money to the second baseman covering. Maki got into the base, slid in, and then, I don't know, he kind of grabbed his shin as if he got spiked. I don't know if he got spiked or not. We're going to go look at it here in this situation. He hits the base. Oh, he got kicked in the calf. That's where it was. And then he went down reaching for his calf, did the second baseman shin. So they've tended to him here. Let's see if he's going to stay in the ball game or not. But that looks like it is going to be, regardless of whether Shin stays in or not, we know who's coming out. It is going to be Ha Young Jung, as he's going to take his gasoline can with him and make his way back to the dugout. He did not have a particularly good appearance. 3 batters faced, served up a home run and a double. We'll get a look at that replay again. Maki slides hard into the base. Oh, yeah, he did spike him in the inside part of the calf, but it was after the foot had hit the base. Nothing intentional. The spikes were low. If a guy comes in, spikes high, you could get yourself into some trouble, but I don't think it was a late slide, and I don't think it was a particularly intentionally hard slide. But Maki is going to be safe. We got another pitch change, everybody. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. Appreciate you guys for being with us. Our friend Kyle Bushfan, 8 for Ryan, stops in and says hello. And we are going to be back in just a few. Hang tight, everybody. Appreciate you guys for hanging out here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It's another pitching change for the Koreans. It's going to be number 44, Soo-yeon Kim, making his way into the fray here. So he is going to be taking over for Hai Young Jung. So Soo-yeon Kim on in relief, as he is going to be slated to face Kaita Sano here in the bottom of inning number 7. So the Koreans continue the parade into their bullpen, as he is going to be the 7th pitcher used tonight by the Koreans, and hoping that they can get somebody to string together some more outs. Well, that brings Sano to the plate. Sano came on as a pinch hitter back in the 5th inning, as Kotaro Kiyomiya's night was cut a little bit short. Sano 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his first time up. So yet another base star player in the lineup tonight, this time coming off the bench, the third one that we have seen. And there's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is quickly 1-0. So the 20-year-old right-hander on in relief, as Kim is been entrusted here to face Samurai Japan here in the bottom half of the 7th. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 1-1. Interesting look here that Kim has. He's got the eye black on underneath, but it's not necessarily eye black. It's like you can get the stuff that you can tape on. And then he wears glasses. So that's always a problem when you face a pitcher. Not sunglasses. He's got like these gold framed glasses. And here's the pitch. Fastball misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-1. So it's a bit of an interesting piece. I don't think I've ever seen any Japanese or Asian player, for that matter, wearing earrings. But with the look that this guy has, you might want to consider doing that as well. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Sano. 2 gone here in inning number 7, but it is now a 6-3 lead for Samurai Japan on the 2-run homer by Shota Morishita. The Koreans are running out of outs as they trail the Japanese by 3 runs here in the 7th. They've only got 6 outs left to play with offensively. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Sano is gone in the books. He's out for out number 3, but not after damage has been done. There were 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 8th inning. Your score is Samurai Japan 6 and the Korean national team 3. We'll be back here in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the 8th inning as the Koreans will be coming to bat. They do have some defensive changes, and there is also a couple of pitching changes, too. It is going to be Shoma Fujihira who is coming on in relief, as he will be taking over here. So Fujihira on in relief, and he is slated to face Dong-hee Yoon, Woon-jun Choi, and Dong-won Park. It also looks like that there is some defensive changes as Sosuke Genda has come in at shortstop, but he is going to be replacing Kurihara in the lineup, and Kobayashi will make his way over to third base. The first pitch that was delivered to Dong-hee Yoon was a ball that missed outside, count as 1-0. And Yoon today is officially 1 for 1. He had a double in his only trip and drove in a run as he swings and fouls that one away, and the count goes to 1-1 strike. So the player exiting the lineup was the third baseman Kurihara. So Sosuke Genda on in here to replace him in that part of the batting order. And the pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1-2 strikes it is. The right-hander Fujihira, only the third pitcher used tonight by Samurai Japan, as the pitch is a fastball that swung on and missed, and he has picked up where the other two have left off by striking out the first batter he faces. So that is now 15 strikeouts here for Samurai Japan. That is going to bring up Woon-jun Choi. So if you're looking at reasons why the Koreans have not performed up to a standard that they would like to tonight, you just have to point at the number of strikeouts that they have gone down with. Well, Fujihira keeps it up. So here comes the first pitch. And it is a fastball that misses, and the count is 1-0. That last pitch was at 95 miles an hour on the gun. We'll check that it was a strike. They had went over to the third base umpire to see if he'd went. And Choi did go or did offer on that. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1-1 strike. Right-hander Fujihira rocks himself to the belt, and he delivers a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1-2 strikes it is. And the right-hander works himself to the set, now delivers. Fastball misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2-2 strikes. And the right-hander works into the motion and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed, and so back-to-back strikeouts here. Now that's 16 in the books retired via the strikeout here by the Japanese pitchers. So I'd have to say this. What I'm witnessing here tonight is the Japanese pitchers are further ahead, and the Korean hitters may be further behind. I'm not saying that the Koreans can't win games against the Japanese. Just tonight here in this one-game deal, that they look significantly behind. Here comes the first pitch as Fujihira delivers a fastball that swung on and missed. I would use the word overmatched right now, so no balls and 1 strike to Park. Dong-won Park is 2 for 3 in this one. He's got a double, a home run, and a strikeout to his name as he swings at that fastball and lifts it into the seats, and the count now goes to 0-2. So Fujihira coming in and not skipping a beat. So no balls and 2 strikes. So here comes the 0-2 offering. Let's see how this result's going to play out here. There is a fastball swung on and missed, and he's coming and struck out the side. Well, that's 17 strikeouts in the books. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard as the strikes out the side here in inning number 8. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score is Samurai Japan 6 and Korea 3. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for being here on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. That's right, everybody. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. It is a 6-3 game for Samurai Japan. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Slated to come to bat for the Japanese here in the bottom half of inning number 8. It would be Kotaro Kobayashi, Shogo Sakakura, and the top of the order, Masayuki Kuwahara. We'll see if there is going to be any changes there. And also, we'll take a peek to see if the Koreans are going to their bullpen again. But no, it is still going to be Seo-hyun Kim. And what might expect, unless something goes crazy sideways, they'll ride it out here with him through this 8 innings, or through this 8th inning. So Kobayashi striding to the plate. He's 2 for 3 tonight. He has 2 singles in his 3 trips. He's also driven in a pair of runs. Takes a first pitch, breaking ball outside for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Kobayashi started the game at shortstop, and they moved him over to third base. And Sosuke Genda came into the lineup in the last half inning as he swings and taps that one foul, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander kicks and delivers again. There is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Pitch looked like it was a little bit high. Kobayashi doubled over. Probably to send the message to the home plate umpire that he wasn't happy with that call. As the pitch is on the way, there is a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. I can guarantee you this, Kobayashi's not very happy with that one either. But that is one of the books, and that'll bring up the catcher, Shogo Sakakura. So for Sakakura, he steps in here as he's ready for the first offering from the right-hander, who delivers a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So for Seo-hyun Kim, as he delivers another fastball upstairs, it misses, and it's now 2-0. He has faced 2 batters, or this is the 3rd batter, and he has struck out the first 2 he's faced. So here comes the pitch. Breaking ball misses up and away. It's now 3-0. As I said, you got to look at the glasses that he has. These gold trimmed frames. As the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses upstairs. It's going to be ball 4. And Shogo Sakakura has got himself a 1-out walk, and that'll bring up the top of the order, or slated to bring up the top of the order, in Masayuki Kuwahara. Well, Kuwahara striding to the plate, 0 for 4 in this one. He has struck out twice. He's grounded to short, and he has flown to center field. He takes a number of practice swings before he gets into the batter's box. So the right-hander ready to go again as he works himself to the belt. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. Nice job by Kim to take something off that pitch. So count is quickly 0-1. Kuwahara batting for the 5th time here this evening, as the Japanese left fielder waits on the offering here from the right-hander Kim, and it is a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. And not only are the glasses gold framed, he's got gold on his necklaces. He is breaking out all the bling here in this one, as the right-hander works himself to the belt. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle past the diving second baseman, Shin into center field, and stopping at second is going to be Sakakura. And Kuwahara's got his first hit of the night. So he's got himself a single, and that is going to bring up the second baseman, Kaida Kazono. And for Kazono, he is officially 2 for 4 in this one. Pair of singles. He's also scored a run. He's also struck out and grounded out. Good effort there by the second baseman, Shin. I watch certain players when they play, and I look at their effort. Well, that looks like it's going to be it for the reliever, Kim. So that is going to be the 8th pitcher going to be used tonight by the Koreans as they go to the bullpen again. One gone here in the inning. A walk and a single. Kaida Kazono coming up, and it will be more than likely a left-hander coming in. But hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. The pitching changes are incredible here in this one. One after another after another. We'll be right back after this. Our friend Titus says he's still listening and we're still awake. But the ball game here is in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Koreans have gone to the bullpen yet again, as they have made themselves another pitching change. As we had mentioned, it is going to be Taekyon Kim now coming into the ball game, a new pitcher. So we are giving you guys the call here of the Premier 12. So Taekyon Kim on in here. And it is another right-hander. I would have thought for sure they would have went to the bullpen and brought themselves a lefty in, but nope, they're bringing in a right-hander to face Kazono. So that's a little bit of a eyebrow raiser. 6-3 is the lead here for the Japanese. There's one gone here in the 8th inning, so he's got to try to get the final 2 outs in some capacity. So he's completing his warm-up tosses is Taekyon Kim. A lot of players we mentioned earlier in the game, Kim and Park, are a couple of very common surnames. Those are the ones that are most represented on the Korean roster. So here comes the first offering as Kazono swings, and he hits a deep fly ball into right field. And there's going to be plenty of room for the right fielder to play it as it is hauled in there by Choi. But tagging at second and advancing to third is Sakakura. So that is going to be a fly ball out for the second out of the inning, and it's going to leave it up to the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. So Kazono just got underneath it a little bit. He sent that one a ways. It'll be Tatsumi coming to the plate. Tatsumi tonight has reached base a couple of times. He reached on a fielder's choice and a walk. He did score a run, but he's officially 0 for 3 in this one. So the reliever, Kim, able to retire the first batter he faced on one pitch. Here's the offering. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Tatsumi. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander leans in. He gets his sign. This game here has all the markings of a Boston Red Sox-Yankee game I was thinking about earlier today. Breaking ball misses down. The count now goes to 0-2. I say that it's in somewhat a affectionate way, because the thing that kind of frustrates me a little bit with that is that the Red Sox-Yankee games go on for 4+ hours at a time sometimes. That's how this one has a vibe to it as well. Just a lot of pitching changes, a lot of stoppages, fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 0-2 to Tatsumi. But that is the way it goes sometimes. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses down. And it's not going to advance anybody anywhere. So it's going to be a ball and 2 strikes to Tatsumi. Have to look at that one. It was a decent stop there by the catcher, Park. And he had knocked it up the first baseline. So I guess that was a place that you could make the block, and fortunate not to have any damage done as they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner, Kuwahara. Again, Kuwahara establishes his lead. The right-hander holds to the belt. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 2-2 on Tatsumi. I don't know if you want to face short of Morishita tonight. He's been all over the base paths. Every time he's come up, he's reached base. Technically 2 for 3 with the walk. He has scored 3 of the 6 runs. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to first. Fielded neatly by Mooney. Flips it to the pitcher covering, and that is going to do it. It's going to be a ground out 3-1 for the out number 3, and we're going to be going to the 9th inning. So in this half inning here, there was no runs. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left to board. Top of the 9th is just around the corner. Japan's going to the bullpen yet again, and we'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the Giants closer coming on to the hill. It'll be Ticey to try to close this one out. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Ticey taking to the mound. He goes by one name. That is the only name you need to know him by, as the Giants closer has completed his warm-up tosses. We'll be ready to resume the action. He's going to be facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order for Korea here. It'll be Park, Lee, and Hong to come to bat to face the closer of the Giants. The story tonight has been the pitching of Japan. 17 strikeouts through the first 8 innings. And they have struck out 5 of the last 6 batters that they have faced as the pitching staff. As the first pitch on the way is a fastball that is taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. For Seung-Han Park tonight, he is 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles and a stolen base. As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count goes even to 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ticey has some very interesting movement on the pitch. Here's the pitch. Fastball that is swung on and lifted foul, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Park. Again, the Korean fans are into it here, trying to urge their offense on. But they are running out of time. Here's the 1-2. Fastball swung on and fouled off the foot of the shortstop, Park. Is going to keep the count at 1 and 2 strikes. So 1 and 2 strikes it is, as the right-hander Ticey ready to go again. He gets the sign and he rocks himself into the windup. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and it is grounded up the middle, fielded by the second baseman Kazono, who throws to first. That's going to be a ground out 4-3. Nice job and nice decision by Ticey to allow that ball to go up the middle. He almost stuck his glove out. I don't know if he would have made the play, but he probably would have deflected it. So he pulled it back and it allowed the second baseman to make that play. So that brings to the plate the center fielder, Jung-Hung Lee. Lee tonight, 1 for 3. He's got a single in 3 trips. Or is it? Looks like we may have a pinch hitter on our hands. There's a fastball delivered, swung on, hit deep to right center field. Moving over underneath it is Morishita, and he's there to make the catch. We'll have to do a double check there, as it looked like it was a pinch hitter there. It was number 24 who came into bat for Korea. That was Sungmin Song. So Song had appeared in last night's game. So he is gone on a fly ball to right field. So 2 in the books. And now that brings up the top of the order in Chanki Hong. Hong, 2 for 4 tonight. He has a couple of singles and an RBI. The first pitch is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is quickly 1-0. Koreans down to their final out here, as Ticey rocks himself into the windup and delivers. Fastball just misses outside, and the count goes now to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Ticey rocking himself into the windup as he kicks and fires. Fastball swung on and lined into the seats over on the third base side. The count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Ticey rocking into the windup and delivering. There's another fastball swung on. This ball's line foul into the seats down the left field line, and the count now goes to 2-2. So now Korea is down to their final strike. And the pitch is a fastball swung on, and it's fouled over on the third base side again, and so the battle's going to continue, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is, as the right-hander rocks into the motion and delivers. And there is a breaking ball that misses outside, and now the count runs full. So Ticey certainly doesn't want to let batter walk on base. He's going to have to challenge him here. And the full count pitch is ready to come. Here is the offering. Swung on, chopped softly back to the pitcher. Ticey fields it. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. It's a ground out 1-3 to end the ball game. And Korea goes quietly here in inning number 9 as it's a 6-3 final score. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We'll be back in 30 seconds, and we'll give you our thoughts and the rundown on this one here, and then we'll call it a night. But we want to appreciate and say thank you to everybody who did pop in and listen to us here tonight on this one. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is a final score of 6-3 for Japan. The tail of the tape on this one here, 17 strikeouts for the Japanese pitchers who fanned the Korean hitters more than almost 2/3 of the time here in this ball game. That was pretty impressive stuff. The Koreans got the scoring going in the second inning with a one-out double by Dongwon Park. And then he was later brought home on a single by Chang-gi Hong. That gave Korea a 1-0 lead. Japan got it right back in the bottom of the second. Back-to-back singles from Morishita and Genda. After a line-out by Maki and a ground-out by Sano advanced runners to second and third, Kotaro Kiribayashi stepped up and hit a clutch 2-run single to bring home the first 2 runs of the game for Japan, and it was 2-1 at the end of 2. Skip along to the 4th inning, and Dongwon Park stepped up to the plate, and he smashed a solo shot with 1 out into the seats. That made the scoreline 3-2 for Korea. But after that, that is where the Japanese took over, and they never looked back. In the 5th inning, with the first 2 outs, Ryosuke Tatsumi walked, then it was Morishita walking, then it was Kurihara getting hit by a pitch, and up stepped Shugo Maki, and he smacked a 2-run single to give the scoreline a 4-3 lead for Japan. Japan finished the scoring off in the 7th inning with a leadoff single by Kazono. After a strikeout by Tatsumi, up stepped Morishita, and he deposited a 2-run blast into the left center field seats. That is where this game ended with a 6-3 final. Well, once again, everybody, we appreciate you guys for listening in. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow, so hopefully you guys can join us for that. It'll be the late night call. We're not going to be able to get the early one done. So that late night call, the early call would have been Australia and Cuba, but that is off the docket. We have other commitments. It'll be the game between Japan and Chinese Taipei. We'll do late tomorrow night. And then the next night, it'll be Cuba and Japan. So those will be back to back. And then we'll do the Dominican and Japan on the 18th. And that is where it will close out. So then it gets into the super round, which starts on the 20th. We definitely know that the Americans and the Venezuelans are in there. It'll be a question of who the other teams that will be there with them. One would have to think that the Japanese are in the driver's seat in Group B to get that done as well. All right, everybody. Well, have a great night. We appreciate you guys for stopping in and listening. Hopefully you guys will make it back again later in the tournament, as we will do a bunch more games before it's done. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow night.